Hi, I'm Janelle Smith, designer for 7gypsies. Welcome to my studio. I wanted to take a couple minutes today just to go over some of the basics of the new 7gypsies Binderie punch. Now this is by far my favorite new bookbinding tool because it is so easy to use. I can punch holes through bookboard, chipboard, leather, light metal, several sheets of cardstock at once, even transparencies, all at the push of a button. So I'll show you. If I just push the button on top of the punch here, you actually hear the motors turn, and they would be drilling holes, if I had something in there, into whatever it is that I wanted my bookbinding holes punched into. So you can see how easy it is to use. Now this punch runs completely off of a power source, and you can choose. You can run it from a plug into the wall by just plugging in a little adapter into the back here that you can pick up at your local electronics store, your Radio Shack. You might even have one around your house right now. Or you can run the punch off of batteries, which is what I actually prefer to do because this punch is small, compact, and it's pretty lightweight. I can take it with me anywhere I go if I've got those batteries in there, and I can do my bookbinding on the go. So to put batteries into the punch, I simply pop the bottom off just by pushing a little button there and opening it up. You'll see that it runs off of 6 AA batteries. Super easy to put in there, and then this just snaps back into place. One note here though is, you can probably see here, I've lost a few of my little holes, is that once I start punching holes with the punch, all the little discarded remnants go into this little tray that collects them. So I'm going to need to remember to open this up and dump those out periodically as I use the punch. So this just, of course, snaps right back into place. All right, so punching holes, you can see on the front here, we've got 2 little guides. We've got these little arrows that are actually guidelines for where the holes will punch, and then a little center guide mark so that you know where those holes are going to be punched, and you can use your center point in your page to register your first set of holes if you'd like. What we've also provided is on the front here, and I know it's difficult to see in the video, but across this little black front, there is a little ruler. And that is also a great way to register and measure where your bookboard is going in. So I can just put my bookboard in and use one of these little guidelines at the top or the bottom so that I know exactly from what point that's going to start punching holes off the top of my page or the bottom of my page. The other thing that we've done is we've given you this little arm guide, and it's super easy. It just snaps out. You'll hear it click. And with each click, as you move your artwork down through the punch, those clicks are going to pull that artwork down, and you're going to get perfectly spaced holes as you go. So let me demonstrate how that works for you. So I've got a 12 by 12 sheet of bookboard here, and I'm just going to put it in the punch, and I'm going to register it with the top line on my guide here. Push the button. You can hear it's punched the holes. I've got my 2 little holes. Let's say I want to go all the way down this 12 by 12 sheet. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this arm out till it clicks, which I heard, and then I'm going to take my hole, and there's this handy little button here on this arm guide that just goes right up through the hole there, and that is going to be my guide pulling me through. So I've got it clicked out once. I'm going to push the button again. I hear it punch. I'm going to pull out and click again. I heard it click. Push the button. Again. I'm going to push the button. All right, now I've almost got all my holes drilled here, but I still need one more, but my arm is clicked all the way out. What I can do now is just simply load that little button through my second hole instead of my first hole, feed this back into the punch, push the button, and I've just drilled my last hole. So now you can see I've got 7 perfectly spaced holes going all the way down my 12 by 12 sheet. This same idea works with 8 by 8, 6 by 6, almost any size project you need. So you can see how simple it is just to punch consecutive holes. Let's say now I wanted to just punch one hole. I had a cover that I wanted to put a knob on or something like that. What I can do is just feed a little 6 by 6 here, and by using the little arrow guides, that's going to tell me where the hole is going to punch. So I'm just going to, I could measure my center line here and then line that up with the arrow, but I'm just going to eyeball it for time's sake here. Push my button. Now you can see, because only one of the arrows is lined up with my book board and there's nothing up at this other arrow, that it's really only going to punch one hole. And there it is. So if you want to just punch one hole, it's as easy as just pushing the button. You just use your little arrow guides to line it up correctly, and as simple as that. Now let's say we want to punch 3 holes, okay? I've taken a little 6x6 sheet here and I've measured down the middle, okay? So I'm going to use this little center guideline to register my project. So I'm putting it in there and I'm measuring the center of my paper along the line where the little center guide is here. I'm going to push my button. And you can see I've now got 2 holes, but I want a 3rd hole here. So simply just take this and use this little center guide that I've marked on my page now, and instead of lining up with the center line, I'm going to line it up with the arrow where it's going to be punching a hole, and push the button. And I now have 3 perfectly spaced holes in a project. So you can see, very simple, very versatile. You can do almost anything with this punch. Have fun, and we can't wait to see what you create.